Hello everyone, good day. I am back here again and I am John Ray to discuss to you about parallel systems. So allow me now to describe to you the definition of parallel systems. So parallel systems allow several processors to execute instructions simultaneously. So as compared to concurrency before, it is genuinely executing instructions at the same time. Second is that it is designed to speed up the execution of programs by dividing the program into multiple fragments and processing them simultaneously. So in order for it to optimize the performance, it actually divides the processing of the program into different segments. So depending on the customer or the designer, the number of the fragments will be should be correctly designed. And then third, multiple processors have direct access to shared memory which forms common address space. So later I will discuss to you the difference of parallel system between uh, parallel system and the distributed system. So actually one of the main difference is this shared memory which is being described here for the parallel system. And lastly, parallel systems are also called multi-processor systems. So for the next, allow me to describe to you or illustrate to you an example of a parallel system. So given three instructions, I have here an instruction and then the processors and then the shared memory as discussed in the description. So the instruction here will actually be the control panel, which will give instruction or an algorithm or an input to the processor. So in here, an instruction stream will mean the algorithm that instructs the computer what to do, whereas this the shared memory, which has the data stream, we actually mean here the data that is being operated upon the processor. So as the instructions were being fed to the processors, the data is also being inputted to the processors simultaneously. So its difference with concurrency is that the processing is actually different, is actually being done by different processors. So the next one is that I will be comparing and contrasting the distributed and the parallel systems. So basically, based from the source that I have gathered, the main difference of the parallel systems and the distributed systems are first the memory, then the control, and then the processor interconnection, and the main focus of these two systems. So for the memory, it is actually, as discussed, the parallel systems have shared memory as compared to the distributed system, which has distributed or local memory. So next is the control. For the parallel system, it actually has synchronization or has the global control clock. And then for the distributed systems, it has no synchronization or no global control clock. So since it is distributed, they are only being connected through a network. And the next is the processor interconnection. For the parallel system, it's actually higher because of shared memory. And for the distributed system, it is actually lower because it is only being interconnected through a network. And lastly, the main focus of parallel systems is its performance. So it is basically the uses of it is for scientific computing, and the distributed systems, it is a mix of the cost and the scalability and its reliability and also its availabilities. And one of its uses is for information and resource sharing only. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening in this presentation.